But I'm trying to remember what series I specifically stopped reading because I didn't like them.
I mean, I got one that's pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, no. I've read a lot of trash, but I don't necessarily regret reading it so much as it was just like, that probably wasn't worth it.
There's definitely been a number of anime series that we started watching and then stopped after the first or second episode because we realized it was bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
Actually, wasn't there one series where, because you like to read ahead, you read one of the last plot synopses for the final episodes and you're like, no, we're not continuing this series? And I was going, oh, okay.
Was that the one where the main character would, like, mind control people?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, oh, shoot. Valvrave the Liberator.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here's one. Okay. So, I would attend anime conventions, and often in cosplay that I created, typically full suits of armor. I think Samus. I had been Dark Suit Samus, Fusion Suit Samus. Let's see, Super Smash Bros. Brawl Chic and whatnot. But one year when I was Fusion Suit Samus, I won a cosplay contest award at a small convention at a local park. So it wasn't like a big convention. I mean, I had won awards at like college conventions. Never at like a big show because I've never attended a really big show for cosplay contests, but it'd be fun too someday. But so I won the contest and they were handing out DVD sets of various anime series. And what I won was a series called Blue Gender. And I look at the title, I'm going, huh, well, what is the Blue Gender? And
wasn't that the one with just the really, like, kind of mediocre main character?
There were, so much of it was mediocre. It starts off with this guy who has a terminal illness, and he is put to sleep for presumably decades, so that in the future there's hope that his disease will be cured. However, when he wakes up, he finds out that the apocalypse has occurred and that there are these giant bugs running rampant throughout the world and eating away at the population, and there's only pockets of militaristic survivors that have been warding them off. That kind of business.
Oh, this is where I am.
And I think what I disliked about it was, for much of the beginning, the main character, I mean, he was obviously shell-shocked, and I understand that. But what I didn't like was the main female character was so... She was so without emotion and was apathetic to everything, and I suppose she was supposed to be a damaged soul that had been living in under these horrible circumstances and doesn't really know or want to care about other people because inevitably they're all going to die anyway, so why form attachments and such. But I just remember the number of episodes that I watched of the beginning being, what was he, was like learning about the world a little bit, the main character trying to break through a reason with the main female character, and I couldn't get into it.
This guy's awkward. But no, it's like, as far as things that I regret, I was not a big fan of History's Strongest Disciple, Kenichi, because it was kind of trash.
What? What is that?
That was the one that you would look over and it would always be like,
a butt shot?
A butt shot or a boob shot or something like that.
Uh-oh.
And it was like, it was kind of a neat idea, but it was one of those where
fan
it could
service.
it could never get past the fan service to actually be a good story, and so the ending was just kind of garbage and never went anywhere. But no, the one that I've regret a couple, but most of them I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm gonna stop. But the one that I like really regret getting invested in was Usagi Drop.
Usagi Drop? I've never heard of that one.
It's one of those cute, like, slice of life things. It's like this guy adopts this little girl.
What?
You know, an orphan or something. I don't exactly remember the overall story for it.
And does she like bunnies? Is she...
No.
Like,
no.
What's the Usagi business?
I forget. All I remember is TLDR on the story. There's like a 9th act twist where as she grows up, she falls in love with him.
I could see that coming a mile away.
They get married, and it's just like...
What?
Yep.
But he adopted her as a little girl.
Yep.
And what was the age disparity? Not to mention...
A lot.
No. It reminds me of Chobits and why I could never read or watch
Chobits
that.
was freaking weird. Like, at least it was heartwarming. But she had a vagina button.
Oh, gosh.
Like, I should have probably stopped on the first chapter and just been like, this is pretty weird. But I was kind of invested, especially because it was one of the first manga I ever found. Because my brother and I, when we lived in North Carolina, we didn't really have a whole lot of access to TV, really. You know, it was mostly just, like, Digimon and whatever was on Fox Kids.
Oh, yeah, and back then, I recognized that it was from Japan, but I never really put 2 and 2 together that...
Well, that was also
Digimon,
during the...
Pokemon, and Sailor
That was during
Moon
the Tokyo Pop
manga.
era, if I remember right, where there were a lot of, like, American-produced stuff, too. That they were really trying to, push the medium question mark? I don't know.
I really liked Metabots and such.
Metabots was rad. Ow.
I wonder if Metabots had a manga.
I don't know. I think it's actually still going on in Japan, too.
They did come out with a number of Game Boy Advance games and such.
Yep. Okay. Anyway, so to finish the thing on Chobits, my brother and I would walk over to the local mall, usually with our parents. What do we have up here? I've never been up here. But we'd walk over to the local Walden Books, which is like pretty much the only bookstore for miles around. I guess there was a Borders, but oh boy!
Boss monster. It's that creature that opens its face.
Right on target.
Or at least the mask that serves as a helmet, if you will. Ah, it produced soldiers? Manote... Yeah.
The weird thing is...
It's all in the technique.
Oh, the soldiers are just sitting there, blocking.
Not gonna happen.
Wait. I'm not sure if those soldiers are even doing damage to me.
Well, they died.
Well, this is weird.
I just saw Lanshi go, "Roar, roar, 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 roar," and that was it.
Cool. We've been over here now. Okay. I don't know where I am anymore. I'm gonna keep going this way.
Well, eventually you're supposed to find a teleportation spot so we can get to the Iron Kingdom again. Ooh, you're back in the spider cave.
I think there was a teleportation spot on the other side of this place, maybe? If anybody remembers, please help. Because I just went in a direction and I was like, this seems useful. Yeah, here we go.
I just thought of another series that I instantly lost interest in as soon as I started it. So, I really liked the Appleseed manga and the movies that they had come out with. Appleseed, for those of you who don't know about it, is another series by Shiro Masamune.
I never finished my thing about Chobits.
Creator of Ghost in the Shell. Sorry.
Chobits was just like the only thing they had And so, like, me being starved for interesting sci-fi stuff, started reading. I'm like, this is weird, but, like, okay, I can kind of get into this. But to just, to finish explaining what I meant, in Chobits, all of the, like, android humans had, like, weird mechanical animal ears-ish. Whoops.
Whoa!
Damn it. And also a power button somewhere. And so the main character finds one of these robot people passed out in an alley.
You literally have our audio interface dangling off the side of the desk.
We need to
now.
get you a much longer cable so it's not, like, wrapped around my heel. But so straight up, the main character finds this girl passed out in an alley, and he's like, "Oh, cool, an android. I'm gonna turn it on. Wait, where's the power button?" Feels around for a while, eventually finds it in the cooch, and it's just like,
oh.
I should have stopped there. I think actually what it was I didn't read the first volume because they didn't have that available. So I read all the other volumes, then went back to the first one, and I'm like, what? This is weird.
Okay, well, while he fixes that, so one thing that really appealed to me about Appleseed was that the main protagonists, Dunan and Briarios, they're already an established couple, and he's this really cool looking cyborg, and she's this tough soldier commando, if you will, and they're both part of this police force and such. So Wander and I have discussed this before. It's always nice when you see an already established couple, because then you typically don't have to deal with all of the interpersonal drama and the will they won't they business that you have with.
Well, you still got that in the movies, though.
My dear
Oh,
sweet
yeah.
Teotul warms my heart whenever I gaze upon it.
It sure is a ship.
But remember, I can only take you to the Iron Kingdom. All other routes are blocked for the time being.
That's fine. I want to go there anyway to find Kadira.
But yeah, they did end up having some relationship issues, where in the one movie someone had made a replica of Briarios, except in his human form. They cloned him. They're like, look at this. This is what he used to be before he became a cyborg, and Tunin had conflicting feelings.
Kadira!
Ah, Kadira.
Ajna. It is good to see you. I knew you would come eventually.
Did you find out more about your brother?
I did get a bit of a lead, but there is something more pressing to attend to. Things have gone terribly wrong in the Iron Kingdom.
Worse than before?
I'm afraid so. Because of the infestation of slime, the people are suffering more than ever. I still don't trust Mary, but she's the only one with the resources to fix this.
Oh no. Well, I did come here to fix the chaos I caused. And make it so Dar didn't die in vain.
Say no more. Our goals are the same. I'll happily rejoin you.
Yay! Kadira! Boo, Kadira. Razmi.
It's all right. I'm used to her by now.
Well, that takes all the fun out of it.
Ha! Kadira wins.
For now.
Yeah, I attempted to watch a television series for it that they made more recently, and the animation was...
What? Come on!
Hey, Ajna.
Here to betray us again or something?
I know. When you called me your friend that day, I realized I'd really screwed up. I'm sorry, Ajna. You're so honest, and I was such a clever sneak.
In truth, it was Kampan who contacted me about Mary. I believe she truly wants to help.
I know this is a lot to ask after all that stuff I did, but Princess Mary's in real trouble. She needs all of us.
Mary stuck me in a robot.
Yeah, I guess you have no real reason to help her. Or me.
Nah, whatever. I'll do it. That's what friends are for, right?
You mean it?
Yeah. But you better be cool this time. Now, how the heck do we get up there?
I'll just bust through the floor here for you.
Your floor, my ceiling.
Right. Here I go. sure the way is clear.
Let us hope this time she's telling the truth.
If she betrays us again,
Turn into a giant and blow her up.
I don't even know if I can.
I believe in you, Ajna.
About the turning into a giant and blowing people up.
Frickin' Razme. Always the best. It is such a shame that Kadira's voice actress is so dry.
I don't really know if they made her character have much personality beyond I must find my brother. You know?
Yeah, but even beyond that, like, it's of such a weird quality drop. Compared to, like, everybody else. Especially Razme. We don't need ring cells. I gotta stop exploring. We honestly don't need to anymore.
But yeah. In any case, I had to stop that series because it was just relationship drama every episode, and there was even a point where they had broken up.
Which one are we talking now?
Appleseed.
Oh, I thought you were talking...
And that was supposed to be a television show that happens before many of the movies. So I don't know if I want to see this.
Strike before they do.
But no, I don't recall there... I believe the reason why isn't an anime series that I typically regret ever seeing is because it's one of those things where we tend to stop after an episode or two if we don't like the vibe of it. And it's only if there's something truly deplorable that happens near the middle or the end that we go, yikes, we're not going to finish the rest of it.
Give or take.
Yeah, I guess I'm pretty picky about the anime that I watch nowadays because there's too many good video games that I'd rather spend my time with. You know, it's a lot easier for me to say, like...
But it also seems like there's so much more. I almost wonder if because there are more people, more studios, more people trying to capitalize on the industry and more authors, and it just seems like you don't even have a period of a couple years between someone writing a manga and then having it adapted. It's as though they're just adapting it immediately.
Well, I think it's one of those that, like, it's much more of a business now. Kind of like how game design works. Like, back when anime was just getting started, it was much more of a kind of... the studio would come up with its own thing. But now it's this multi... whatever dollar industry. You know?
Yeah, billion-dollar industry.
Yep. That's weird.
I'm just thinking that the barrier for entry for a lot of series and games
Hey,
and...
you made it!
Oh.
Let me bust through this thing for you as well.
How'd you even get there? You went the same direction I did.
I have my ways. The Iron Kingdom is full of secret passages.
You could have just told me about those.
This is more dramatic. Now, time to smash!
That's cool, I guess. Are you sure about this, Kadira?
Mostly.
Don't worry so much. Follow me!
Yeah, from what I understand, anime are often just advertising for the light novels. Yup! There's a lot of manga like that recently, too. Oh.
There's Princess Mary!
Back, subjects. You don't understand. I did all this for you.
We know the king was dead all along.
We know you caused the slime!
Ingrates! I made your lives better! This is my father's vision! I'm just doing what he wanted! And besides, robots do half our work for us now. Don't you see you're better off? Compan! Hey!
I guess you didn't lead us into a trap this time. That's something.
Those days are over, I swear. I really do want to be your friend.
Well... okay. But I still owe you a smack on the head.
I guess that's fair.
Prepare yourself. I can level entire cities, you know.
Okay. Hold on a sec. Okay, I'm ready.
Here it comes! Are you bracing yourself?
I am. I'm gonna be okay. That wasn't so bad.
Friends again already?
Yep.
Good. It looks as though we'll need the help.
No, listen! This is the Iron Kingdom's destiny. We are the ones who will defeat Kala. But if you don't stay back, so help me, I'll use my power to strike you down!
This situation looks really bad.
It's bad. After you left, the slime got out of control. The people realized Mary had deceived them, and they revolted. Honestly, they're not wrong. Mary really messed up. But I think there's more to it. She got caught up in her father's vision, sure. But she just wanted to make him happy. I don't know how she got down this dark path.
What do you want us to do?
I don't know yet. But I think if we can talk to her, she can fix this place. Nobody knows the Iron Kingdom better than she does. No. You're not listening to me.
Kill the princess!
Ooh.
Kill? How dare you? How dare you? How?
Oh, dang! Did they get her?
No, it wasn't the crowd. It looked like a river of slime.
Like in my dreams.
It totally absorbed her.
It seemed to be dragging her off. Toward the factory, possibly?
Ajna, help me save her, please!
You're gonna get all goopy, Ajna.
Ugh, why is it always slime? Well, I said I'd help, so let's do it. Up to the factory.
So the slime has become sentient?
Enter the Iron Mouse.
Okay.
Leaf's turned over a new leaf. She better give that arm back to Renomos, though. I'm sure it's his.
Usually work in the side, but...
Now, apparently, I'm missing a character around here. So, let's view map for a second. Huh.
I mean, there's a ring cell up there.
Yeah, there's a... Well, they still haven't fixed the tanks. And they look cooler, but they're not fixed. Dang it!
Are you gonna use the compound punch ability, or is that just blocked off because you're not allowed to leave?
I don't actually have that ability yet. You know how you kind of, like, learn? Like, after seeing somebody do something, you learn how to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Haven't had that moment yet.
Even though compound demonstrated it a number of times to you? Just to get here?
Yup. Oh.
You have to slide through.
No. Yeah. I guess we're locked. There's an NPC we can get somewhere around here. Like, I had a billion people be like, how could you miss this unmarked NPC character? And it's like, what? Who? But, like, it was a substantial amount of people that were mad that we missed said character. So I was hoping I could go back for it, but what?
Do you know what they look like?
Nope, and I think everything's slimed off, so I think we gotta finish this area before I try and recruit them.
Another one of these, huh? Got any secret passages you want to tell us about?
Not this time.
As strong as you've gotten, I imagine you could break it yourself?
I ought to be able to by now.
I bet you can't.
I bet I can.
Cannot.
I can. I'm going to. Watch me.
Witness me! Sky Splitter. I'll buy to go up.
Wow! Just how strong are you?
I don't know.
Well, I hope you're strong enough to take on that slime. Let's make our way through the sewers and back to the factory.
Oh. You didn't really have good spear jumping ability on the slime.
I have a lot of jumps now.
Nice.
Okay. Haven't been up here yet.
Oh, looks like a save spot.
Yep. But yeah, so you know all those breakable wall things?
The ones specifically with the mint green blue.
Yeah, so now we can break those. I'm not entirely convinced I care, though. Which is the one thing.
Wanted to talk with him? To see if he had anything to say? I suppose he wouldn't be the character that you're looking for, though. Assuming that you're supposed to have met them prior.
That crocodile was spinning.
The storm, it's coming.
Definitely clear how they have multiple tongues that then have faces on them.
Holy crap! So, somebody was saying that Compon's fully charged Itty is the strongest? I'm pretty sure they are completely correct. Also, holy crap, Compon's a lot larger than I thought she would be.
And your heart.
Like, I thought Compon was gonna be like a small character.
She looked to be about the same size as Ajna. Except she was a little bit in the foreground, so she looked closer and less larger.
Well.
Yeah, I did enjoy Ajna's answer to the whole, how powerful are you? I don't know.
I'm not even gonna bother fighting these guys. They're just too inconveniently placed. So this is just where you go if you fail the platforming challenge. Got it.
I suppose on the topic of comic books and books and such, we went to a book sale recently at the local library. And we found an interesting book. I don't know to what capacity you'll want to read it.
I was wondering who you were. Just pretend to be the person you wish you were. This.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's one of those NPCs. But we found a choose your own adventure book.
Yeah.
And it's one where you actually have to keep detailed notes about your character's stats and such so that you know what your items are.
You have like a character sheet and items and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And it was interesting because they did have other editions of the book available for borrowing at the library, but they must have wanted to have sold off. Well, they must have wanted to sell this particular book in the series or the edition